Sue Scott. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. Welcome to First Unitarian Church, where our mission is to explore the eternal, nurture community, and pursue the common good. We welcome you in your brokenness and in your wholeness, no matter who you have been, who you are, and who you are becoming. We greet you today with love. A special welcome to those of you who are new to the church. Today's service is the last of our summer services, and we are fortunate to have a guest speaker, Reverend Jennifer Ennis. Reverend Ennis joins us from Peoria, Illinois, where she enjoys life with her spouse, the Reverend Patrick Price, and their children, Nate and Abby. She's happy to be the minister of the Universalist Unitarian Church of Peoria. She is also the director for Spirit Play, a story-based program for young children in Unitarian Universalism. Reverend Ennis is a third-generation Unitarian and Universalist Universalist from Massachusetts. Before she settled in Illinois, her ministry took her from New England to Alabama, South Carolina, and Texas. Reverend Ennis is thrilled to help start Spirit Play and lead worship with First Unitarian Church in Oklahoma City. Our customary services again start on August 10th with our full-time minister, Reverend Dr. Kent Doss. In order to keep you informed about the First Unitarian Church, there are cards in the back of the sanctuary where you can share contact information for our email newsletter. And if you're online, you can find a similar form under Newcomers on the website oneuc.org. We welcome our friends, new and old, who are watching us on YouTube this morning. Please introduce yourself in the comments and let us know who you are and where you're coming from. The prelude prepares us for worship. That's nice. In lighting our chalice, we connect ourselves with many different people, the many Unitarian Universalists across space and time who also light and have lit our chalice, our spiritual ancestors with their dreams, good deeds, and even their failings. We light our chalice in Midtown Oklahoma City on land that was home to First Americans, including the Apache, Caddo, and Wichita, on land that was taken from the Muskogee and Seminole and other removed and relocated peoples. We light the chalice as a symbol of our sacred time together. The burning chalice represents the light of freedom and science, reason and science, the warmth of loving community, the cleansing heat of justice, and the flame of hope.
Our call to worship comes from Starhawk, one of our pagan elders. Community means strength. We are all longing to go home to some place we have never been, a place half remembered and half envisioned. We can only catch glimpses of it from time to time. Community. Somewhere there are people with whom we can speak with passion without having the words catch in our throats. Somewhere a circle of hands will open to receive us and eyes light up as we enter. Voices will celebrate whenever we come into our own power. Community means strength. It means strength that joins our strength to do the work that needs to be done, arms to hold us when we falter, a circle of healing, a circle of friends, someplace where we can be free. I want to invite you, as you are comfortable, to rise and body your spirit and join and greet neighbors around you. And do so until the hymn calls us back into worship.
After your story, would you just announce?
And greet the day, and with joy sing a song of gladness. A light of peace shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. Fills this moment shared together. The light of peace here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. Open our eyes to see that life abounds. Open hearts to welcome it among us. The light of hope here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home.
Every Sunday, we take an offering. Since 2002, all the cash and designated checks from that offering have gone directly to non-external profit organizations doing good work. external nonprofit organizations doing good work. Our Change for Change partners. The Change for Change partner this month is Sooner Hope for Ukraine. And Luda Cameron is going to share information about the organization.
Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting us, and thank you so much for this opportunity to appreciate to be here, a beautiful facility, and thank you so much. My name is Luda. I emigrated to America 20 years ago. I got a degree in nursing, work in Bonny Joint Hospital, and I am a director, one of the directors of Sooner Hope for Ukraine. It's a non-profit community and has some mission to help Ukrainian people. So war in Ukraine is more than 3 years, 3.5 years, and I want you to know what we do. It's very special, and thank you so much being part of this project. So, you know, terrible time, war is terrible, devastating, it's disaster for all people, young children, women, men. So what we do, we're helping them. A lot of people lost their houses, got dislocated, they lost their limbs, they lost their body, but they still have heart and they still have soul, and we give them hope and love. And what we do, it helps them to survive and move forward. And we do exhibition of children who are in Ukraine, and they want to share with you their painting, their feeling, they're alive, and they want adult support, and they're very proud to exhibit in Oklahoma. There is some young adult artists also want to share their art and talent, and I did my best to sign all art, and some art available for donation, and we do just recently we shipped more than $10,000 help, which tourniquets for soldier and some blood stop devices, and also every month we send children their art supply to keep painting and to keep share with Oklahoma their art. It gives them hope and give them motivation to move, and give warm feeling that life and peace will be very soon. And thank you so much for being part of this project. And there is some information, especially a very important mother and child painting art. It's an art therapy for children who lost their houses, been dislocated. So we have several artists who work with kids, with children and with their family to make them feel better, especially in Oklahoma. So thrilled to be exhibiting in America. And thank you so much. And some art for donation, and all art made by Ukrainian people. And there is a food available, please free. It's I want you to try our treat, and made by Ukrainian church here in Jones, and it's available for you. Please, and we're so proud to share our culture and tradition here in your church and with your community. Thank you so much.
For those of you in the sanctuary today, in just a moment we'll be passing the plate. If you are watching us online, please make your gift by sending a check to First Unitarian. Just write Change for Change in the memo line, or make an online payment through the website oneuc.org. And the ushers will now come forward. It's now time for the responsive reading, so if you will turn to page 591 in the gray hymnal. I call that church free, which enters into covenant with the ultimate source of existence.
That sustaining and transforming power, not made with human hands.
It binds together families and generations, protecting against the idolatry of any human claim to absolute truth or authority. I call that church free, which brings individuals into a caring, trusting fellowship. It is open to insight and conscience from every source. It bursts through rigid tradition, giving rise to new and living language, to new and broader fellowship. The goal is the prophethood and priesthood of all believers, the one for the liberty of prophesizing, the other for the ministry of healing. It aims to find unity in diversity under the promptings of the Spirit that will occur in this and make it all things new.
So I understand, as part of your summer services, you haven't often had a story, but today you get a story. We all get a story. And so in that spirit, I want to invite the young and the young at heart to come forward and join me on the floor in the chancel. And that after the story, the children and youth and their adults will be invited to process out. We get to sing Go Now in Peace, and the children and youth get to go to their program. So if you'd like to come down and join for the story, please come and do so. All are welcome. Oh, down here, down here. On the floor. Be down on the floor, yeah. All right, all right. So I get to be here, you all get to be there, that's great. Huh? More count? Oh yeah, no, I so appreciate a congregation with a balcony. We love that. It is such a good moment to be here with you all today. It is my pleasure. My name is the Reverend Jennifer Innes. My pronouns are she, her. It is a joy to be with you today. It's been a joy to be with you all this weekend as well. So I'm going to tell the congregation in general, those of you in the fixed pews, because we love a fixed pew as well, that I'm going to be showing a story to the children, and you'll be hearing about it, but you won't be able to, but those a little bit further back won't be able to see it. It's okay. We all get some story. All right, so let us begin. Now, I begin with this. It is very yellow and a little bit squishy. Yes. And let's see how big it gets. Oh.
It's a taco.
Oh. I wonder.
A circle.
A circle.
It's a sun.
Or tortilla.
It's a sun or a tortilla with butter spreaded all over it.
A tortilla with butter spread all over it, you know.
1,000,000 pieces of cheese.
I can. So who's getting lunch after service? I'm just saying. All right. So this great yellow circle is our Unitarian Universalist community. This is our church community, and this is the whole of our Unitarian Universalist community. So let's see what else we need for the story. So this,
It's the smallest sun I've ever seen.
the smallest sun
I've ever seen.
It is a gold glittery circle, a gold glittery circle, and
It is to me too.
this is, in Unitarian Universalism, we often talk about a spirit, a spark within. So this represents the spirit of love and mystery that some people call God. People, it can have many names, but the spirit of love and mystery. And we place it in the center. Now in that, and it reminds us that there is always a spark and a mystery. And with that, we have a cup. A cup. And this cup reminds us it's a cup that can hold, can be enough to sustain and nourish and give a good drink to everybody and anybody. It is a cup that's big enough for all who need to drink. We have a cup that is part of our chalice, part of our chalice. It represents also part of our community. And in the chalice, we often put what?
A candle.
A candle, a flame, yep. This flame can be many things. It can be a part of that spark in each of us. It can be a light that helps us find our way. It has many, many, and it can be a spark of light in the universe. And we put the light in the chalice, and we have our flaming chalice. Now, in our Unitarian Universalist community, we have lots and lots of people. We have many, many people. Let's see how many people we might have. Ah, there's many people.
Cow.
I know, there's so many.
It's a drawing.
I know, one of them is a drawing. I know, that's true. Yes, I see that.
This shape reminds me of Steve.
Ah, there's people that look like people, yes. Let's see. And we make the circle, and there's always more people, all kinds of people. And what's wonderful about a circle, so that looks like there's a fair amount of people, but you know what? There's always room for more people. And we just make the circle a little bigger. Look at that. I know, isn't that interesting? So many people.
What's that? A baby.
I know. People of all ages, lots of different kinds of work, right? Lots of different kinds of jobs, lots of different colors and interests, and just lots of people, right? And if we have to make room for a little bit more, we do.
A dog.
A dog, yeah, there is a dog in here. Sometimes we have our dogs with us. Sometimes we have our creatures with us. Yes, I see. So, this circle of people represents all the kinds of people that we can find in our churches and in our Unitarian Universalism.
Fighter.
Now, sometimes we all get along really well. And sometimes, do we always get along well? Sometimes do we disagree? Sometimes do we maybe even argue? Sometimes it's even hard to be together, and sometimes we don't even like each other. I know. But what are the ways that we help get along in our big Unitarian Universalist community? Do we know? You know what? One of the ways we get along are we make promises to one another about how we take care of each other. I see.
What else do you have?
I know. What else might be in the story? Let's see.
I see.
So we have these promises that are based in things that we say are important to each other. We call them our values. So let's see the first one. Hold it. Let me sit back so everybody can see the story. Thank you. Thank you. So the first way we do a promise, we promise the red promise here is to raise every person, is for equity. Every person is raised up in our communities. We include everyone. So that's the red value there, equity. The next one, is it orange?
Yes.
Orange.
It has a spider web on it.
And it has a spider web, yes.
Spiders.
For interdependence. Oh, that's a big word, isn't it? Interdependence, being that we are connected. We orient to the web of life. We orient to the web of life. And we promise to make the world a better place. Because we know we are connected, we promise to make the world a better place. So the next one, we have red, we have orange, we have yellow. Yellow is for justice. Yellow is for justice. We yearn for and build a beloved community. We yearn to take care of our big circle. We promise to take care of one another. Even when we don't like each other, and even when we have a hard time seeing each other as whole and valuable, we promise. I know, there's so much to see, isn't there? So we have red, we have orange, we have yellow. What might be next? Green. Green. Generosity. Green. We give with hope. And we promise to offer our faith, ourself, and all that we have. We promise to give. There we go. So that's green for generosity. So red and orange and yellow and green and blue. Blue. What might blue is for? Blue. Blue is for kind of a fancy word too called pluralism. Pluralism. Well, with pluralism, we recognize we just want people to be curious. Blue, be curious, right? And we promise to learn from one another. We promise to learn from one another, okay? And last, what might be last?
Purple.
Purple. But you know, for this moment we're calling it violet. Transformation. That's another big word. Do we know what the picture is on the front of this? A cocoon. A cocoon, yes, yes. So violet for value everything that evolves.
That's the last color in
Is that the last color? All right. We promise, here's the simple promise on this one. We promise to grow. We know we are never done and we are never perfect, but we promise to keep going and growing. All right? So, we raise everybody up, we orient to the web of life, we yearn to take care of one another and do right by each other, we promise to give and take care, we promise to be curious, and we promise to keep growing. These values show up as our promises. They express how we make our commitment to each other to take care of this big circle and this great circle of which we are a part. And now, so I wonder if you have ever made a promise. I wonder if you've ever made a promise. No? I wonder if somebody's made a promise and has broken the promise. Said they would do something and then it didn't happen? You think? Sometimes that happens? All right. I wonder if you've seen some of these rainbow colors and these promises before. Have you seen a chalice before?
Yes.
Yes? What's the chalice mean to you? What do you think?
It means evil burning down.
Evil burning down? You know what? I can see how that would go. Evil burning down. There we go.
It could if you touch it.
If you could, if you touch it. Yes, we take down the bad stuff. Yes, go ahead.
I think it means a meteor.
A meteorite. Oh my gosh. That is some powerful stuff, isn't it? Meteors are powerful and amazing. Yes, yes, go ahead. What's that?
We should be careful while lighting a chalice.
We should be careful while lighting the chalice. Yes, 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 go ahead.
It can be fire.
Mm-hmm. It can be fire. We try to be careful with fire, right? Yes, go ahead.
And it means warmth.
Warmth? Mm-hmm.
Bring it to the wall.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
It brings warmth to the world.
Warmth to the world. Ooh, you know what? I think, okay, two more and we're going to finish.
If there's a church in a forest, it could start a forest fire.
Well, we try not to start the forest fire in the church, but yes.
Oh, like chicken legs.
It makes food like chicken. Yes, it transforms things, right? It transforms. So light transforms, fire transforms. Yes, very much like
And you can make it dance.
transformation. Transformation. All right.
And it can make McDonald's.
And it can make McDonald's. You know what?
Too.
One more thing we're going to finish. Yes.
Well, it can also like, I lost it.
That's okay. That's okay. You know what? I am going to put away the story. Would you all help me put away the story? Would you help me gather the people?
I'm grabbing the candle.
Well, how about we...
grabbing everything.
We're grabbing everything. Oh my goodness, we're grabbing everything. Okay, that's good to know. Always good to know we grab everything. Oh, thank you. Oh, you got the mystery. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. May I have pieces, please? Thank you.
Someone help me.
Oh, Matt, you got that? Oh, thank you, thank you. We will put it all back together after. Great, thank you, thank you. I know this is what laps and stoles are good for. We have all the pieces. May I have? Woo, baby.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right. And now, I invite us to sing Go Now in Peace. Thank you for joining me for the story. Oh, now in peace. Oh, now in peace. May the spirit of love around you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Oh my gosh. Around you, everywhere, everywhere you may go. We're going to shift the tone for a moment here. I know. But I also know that there are moments when this time on Sunday morning might be the one moment where you get to take a breath, one moment when you get to pause. And so we're going to enter into that moment together in this time of reflection, of prayer, of meditation. The excellent musical artist Melody DeMore has wonderful music for moments like this. It's both a song and a prayer. I'm sending you light to hold you, to heal you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'm sending you light to hold you, to heal you, and I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'm sending you light to hold you, to heal you. And I'm sending you light to hold you in love. I'm sending you light to hold you, to heal you. And I'm sending you light to hold you in love. This is our invitation to be in this moment, present moment, for all that is in our minds, on our hearts, in our lives, and in our world. There is so much among us. What is wonderful, what is beautiful, what is puzzling, what is confusing, and what is distressing and rending and heartbreaking. We take this moment, the one moment we know we have, to simply be here, to be here now, to breathe and receive what sustains us in this circle of community that takes care of us, that includes us, that is wide enough for all of us. We know there is so much among us, far more than the number of people and presences in the room even. And we honor it all. I invite you to take this moment and pause and breathe with me. Amen, shalom, salam, and blessed be. On any given Sunday, a promise begins anew. This promise is between one member and another, between minister and member, between our children and us, between the church and the world beyond these doors. This promise is that we will cherish and promote physical, spiritual, intellectual freedom. We will be responsible to one another for our relationships, and we will never cease to explore new revelation in belief. This promise is that we will love the world enough to put our very lives at stake to help it be more whole. And we make these promises because we seek a connection to others and to the spirit of life. We want to strengthen that access that meets, as the 20th century Unitarian Universalist theologian James Luther Adams calls, the intimate and the ultimate, those relations between one another and the larger mystery. And we accomplish this task with a liberal message, recognizing that our freedom is inextricably tied to others. And these promises help guide us. So in many ways in the life of the church, the people recognize that promises are the foundation of the community. You have new members who sign the book. You have agreements or contracts between the minister and the congregation to establish that relationship. You have the moving up of children in the congregation, which is also its own promise made from the church to them for lifelong support and nurture. Every year, congregations welcome new people or change in relationship. It's all with promise. And these are acts of commitment between the one and the many. They're promises that also between them are living, intentional, not automatic. To use a computer term, there is no plug and play relationship between people and the system. Not even the minister, I'm just going to say, not even the minister. We are called to be in service with one another. The greeting of new guests or the start of a new ministry is not merely people being brought into the congregation, it's also the congregation going to the people. It is the making of a new promise within the larger one that comes every Sunday. It is to say yes to what we hope will be years together in service to the Spirit of life. So we make these promises, and then what? So Sunday is the big promise day, right? We're here, it's shiny, it's wonderful, things happen, it's great. And then what happens tomorrow? How do you keep living that commitment? So it's not the glories of any one particular Sunday of which I speak. It's tomorrow that is the test. It is the next Sunday after that that is the measure. It's the 52 and the 104 and the more Sundays that are the sign of how each church lives between a minister and members, between members and members, between children and us, and between us and the world. It is the nature of the liberal religious promise to be renewed in every moment. We do not depend solely on the one that came before. It is in the nature of Unitarian Universalism to be a living tradition. And it's the nature of this liberal religion to be a tradition that keeps looking to tomorrow. It is the nature of religion to help us find where we are with others and our ultimate concerns. Now, being seen and affirmed as the one among many is that essential task of connection and liberation. So I'm going to tell you about my first church memory. So I grew up in the Unitarian Universalist Church in Worcester, Massachusetts. And there was this great curriculum called Haunting House. And the curriculum had the children engaged through the lens of the metaphor of a house. Becoming at home in many ways in the world. And this, it even had a section, this is going way back when, it even had a section of the body as house. This is early elementary education. And so it was one of our very earliest sex education programs on anatomy and agency. Agency is really important these days, right? So in my case, the part of the program that I remember most is building one's home within the congregation through a series of refrigerator boxes or stove boxes. So you could always tell when a congregation was engaged with this curriculum because somewhere during coffee hour or somewhere in fellowship hall, you would have this village pop up, this village rise in the biggest space that was available, right? Of these refrigerator and stove boxes. Now in my case, when the curriculum is for kindergarten and first and second graders, and I had this experience of building my home within the embrace of the congregation. There is a Polaroid, remember Polaroid? There is a Polaroid of me someplace with this stove box that I had, and me kind of peering out from underneath it, and there's a big blue bat painted on the front of the stove box to ward off my brothers, because brothers. Because brothers. They were little, I mean. And so because this is indeed a very bulky village, it was, in fact, in Fellowship Hall. And this is where everybody, and all the adults included, would have coffee after church every Sunday. And my congregation where I grew up loves a coffee hour, so there was a lot of coffee hour happening. And what I figured out in this moment is that here was me, being able to create my space and my house and my sense of self-understanding. And here are the adults and the congregation and the rest of everybody seeing this and welcoming me. This was the moment. This was the moment when I recognized how precious this congregation in this community was, and that I had a place in it. This realization was a foundational experience of promise and of faith development, whether or not I had the words for it at that time. I certainly didn't have those words, but I knew it. I could perceive that commitment, and that commitment was there not just for myself, but where we could go together. Now, I'm going to say the congregation, not perfect. It was and is a fully human institution. We all know what humans do, right? There's range. Some years are better than others. Some decades were better than others. I saw people be mad, disappointed, disagree, and leave. As a child, I absorbed some people's religious trauma and bitterness from the adult members, and I had to recognize that and work through it and forgive them. They didn't mean to share that with me. As a teenager, I had my very first experience of witnessing a transgender woman at the very beginning of her public transition find a place in a space. And some people really struggled with being welcoming. I mean, this was the 1980s. This was a challenge for some folks. And I still love going back to that fellowship hall. I often go and lead service on the Sunday after Christmas. And I remember being in that fellowship hall as an 8-year-old, and kind of, it comes back all over again. And that was the congregation that ordained me into ministry. And that was the congregation with which I celebrated 25 years of ordination this year. So I wonder, in our larger conversation, what are we creating for our children and for each other today? We are amid a profound experience of brokenness. That may be one of the most understated sentences around, a profound experience of brokenness. We should not underestimate the impact of the pandemic and the death and isolation and not knowing what was safe with a novel virus. We struggled with elders and those with other health conditions at risk. We had parents and guardians trying to keep children safe and still learn and socialize, be whole humans. We had a broken health system that became even more visible as the systems were remarkably fast in creating effective vaccines. A broken system, and yet we still had ways to take care of ourselves. There was the pressure to continue working even when that was a risk. And there certainly was the politicization of global health that ripples into today. And we are not okay from that experience. And we're not going to be okay for a long time. When Peoria was starting to return to being in person for worship and church life, the families were not yet coming back. And it could have been for many reasons. For the sake of safety, certainly was the case, but also people were not sure how to be part of a program amidst such emotional trauma. You know, one of the elders and I were talking, and this elder said, "I miss the sound of children. I miss the sound of children." In that moment, I heard from them, I miss that sign of life that is so essential to the church and to community. I miss that sound of life that signifies a future. There was a note of what I wouldn't give to hear that sound again. But here we are, also recognizing the pandemic is not the only crisis that we are still recovering from. As a society, we are experiencing a loss of trust in institutions on a massive scale and by each generation. People are moving away from religious institutions in no small part because religions have harmed themselves and others. It is self-inflicted in many cases. We also have layers of more visible hardships. We have racial reckoning, economic struggle, even when the economy was recovering from the pandemic. Our health and disability struggles are becoming more public and more profound in their impact. We have the global climate crisis that brings itself a loss of sense of future, and profoundly senseless war and genocide. And this year, we also have an administration that is trying to dismantle whatever was working, however imperfectly. It is trying to erase marginalized folks from society, that is claiming white and Christian are right and that is it, when it's really all about power and money and cruelty. Theologian Paul Tillich pointed out in the 20th century that this is a moment of the shaking of the foundations. And it is hard to face the present, never mind the future. And we are still human. We still need places of gathering, of meaning, of sharing food, of sharing art. Even when religious institutions are declining, the need remains for spaces of all ages, in all stages of life, of discovery and freedom of inquiry, as James Luther Adams points out. Adams was deeply distressed by how the modern Protestant churches in the 1930s, Germany, did not rise against the Nazis until it was far too late. Much of his work went into articulating the value of freedom, how we have power when we gather, and how we are called into the service of others, how we are part of a much larger existence beyond our own interests. He was calling us into being a pilgrim church, a servant church, on this adventure of the Spirit, that this liberty and this mutuality are precious beyond price. And we get to do this on the local scale. It is, in fact, one of the places where we have the most influence and the most direct power is those in the circle around us. Because we have a chance, you have a chance as a congregation to grow, to bump into each other, to make mistakes, even with good intentions, and to find ways to repair and move forward. This too is the promise of every Sunday. Liberty, mutuality, connection, screwing up and making up. These are all the promises of Sunday. It helps us to have a good container for congregational life. This weekend I've had the pleasure of bringing a new program, Spirit Play, to your religious education preschool class for this fall. It's based in story and ritual and play and creativity, gives children the tools to make meanings of their lives and ask these questions of who am I, where did I come from, and what is my purpose within this container of Unitarian Universalism and in this congregation. It is one of the best gifts that we can give. I get to be the director since the main founder retired in 2018. The pandemic disrupted a lot of the work, but congregations are picking up on it now to create safe, creative, wonderful places for children with a range of ages and learning styles. I had the pleasure to get to know some of your core volunteers in the childcare and religious education, and to have been brought here in the first place by Tim Atkins, your Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration, and his care and effort to create a vibrant program that would provide this kind of experience. The things that I knew as a child, that safety, that being seen, that being encouraged amid the generations, these core practices that will last a lifetime. It's not easy, there's no fix, there's no switch that just makes it turn on, but this is the work of a generation, of many generations. You know, I know that this work, part of what will happen is that we'll bump into each other and disrupt each other. And I just want to say that ahead of time, and it's okay. We had a good moment of disruption I want to share as I close. Now, one of the signs that Peoria was on a good track with children and youth of all ages was 3 years ago. The children and youth for that year were focused on community building for the whole year. I mean, that was the curriculum, simply being together. Now, the layout of the congregation in Peoria is such that when I'm at the pulpit, I have a straight shot, visual line down the foyer, down the hall, and into the religious education wing and its central common space. Now, one Sunday, I was about to deliver the benediction from the pulpit. The ushers had opened the door, and all the doors straight to the RE wing were also all open. This was exciting. I actually could see from the pulpit the very top of some great plastic block tower in process, almost hitting the lights. And so as I took a moment to take a breath, there was this fantastic crash, followed by joyful howls of dismay as the tower came down. I loved it. It was a sign of life returning. And then I got to the benediction. It was fine. Part of the work in this moment is welcoming the people who are coming in. This is partially why I wanted to talk about promises, right? That people are finding progressive communities. And the act of welcoming and the act of bringing new people in is itself disruptive. It dislocates when we humans love our spaces and its ownership and its dependability. We know who's going to be in what pew. But the act of welcoming and making the space, widening this circle, is that expression of community, is that expression of commitment It is committing to that beloved community. And you get to continue with that question and that work again and again. Sometimes crashing into each other, but hopefully taking care and acting from love. I call that church free, which enters into covenant with the ultimate source of existence. It binds together families and generations, protecting against idolatry of any human claim to truth or authority. It is a covenant that is the charter and responsibility and joy of worship in the face of death as well as life. I call that church free. So I call into you to live into that liberty, to live into that love, to live into that service as you go forward into being a great community together. It is your turn to choose this invitation of being this free church and being this beloved place. I ask whether you will accept. Amen. Please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might show your mind. And I bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me. Come dream a dream with me, that I might know your mind. And I bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me. Come walk in rain with me, that I might know your mind. And I bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
We extinguish our chalice flame, but not the light of love and community which burns in our hearts.
From our African American elder minister, the Reverend Mark Morrison Reed. The central task of the religious community is to unveil the bonds that bind each to all. There is a connectedness, a relationship discovered amidst the particulars of our own lives and lives of others. Once felt, it inspires us to act for justice. It is the church that assures us that we are not struggling for justice on our own, but as members of a larger community. The religious community is essential, for alone our vision is too narrow to see all that must be seen, and our strength too limited to do all that must be done. Together, our vision widens and our strength is renewed. May you go forth into this task. Our worship is ended. Let our service begin.